Scanning for audio.
Welcome once again to a Tin Dog podcast. Torchwood Series 4, Episode 1, Miracle Day, The New World. Or Tin Dog podcast number 190. Now this episode was shown on the 9th of July 2011 in the US, and on the 14th in the UK. That's the day after the radio stories, the ones I've been reviewing all week. Have you heard the Yanto one yet? Go on. Download House of the Dead. Listen to that first. You know you want to. Yeah, all gone silent over there. Look, I would normally say this contains spoilers. I've set it to go live as soon as the BBC version of this story has been broadcast. Now, I've not seen the Starz version because I don't torrent. Mainly because I'm terrified of losing a computer or two. Now, I think it's best if, at the beginning, I put my cards on the table. Everyone's aware of my feelings about Children of Earth. If you'd like to hear my reviews of Children of Earth, that's the Torchwood Series 3, 5 episodes over a period of a week, then you can hear them by listening to Tin Dog Podcast number 95A, B, C, D and E. I broadcast a mini-podcast every single day that week, reviewing every episode as it was broadcast. So if you'd like to hear that, go back, listen to that, that's fine. I am a Torchwood fan. I do like Series 2 and Series 1. You see, Children of Earth was Torchwood for people who didn't like Torchwood. I quite liked it. I didn't like Children of Earth. I can't see me watching it again. But that's fine, because that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Miracle Day. The day where everyone stops dying.
A former school teacher convicted of the rape and murder of 12-year-old Susie Cabina. Oswald Danes faces his last moments on this earth.
For the past 36 hours,
No one has died.
Miracle Day.
Did you ever hear of Torchwood? This thing might be worth following.
So what is Torchwood anyway?
The Torchwood Institute was set up by the British royal family in 1879 to investigate the strange, the unusual, and the alien.
You see, you were right. It's all connected. Torch was the key to this whole thing. Who the hell are you people?
Torchwood.
And I'd like to give a big welcome to, well, everyone who may be listening to this podcast for the first time. Searching for reviews. Now, I know that there's an American Torchcast and there's a UK DWO Torchcast, and that's fine. They're more than welcome to the wonderful world of podcasting. Unlike the others, I'll be having my own opinions because I'm the only host here. I could talk to myself if you want, which I probably will, and that's fine. But that's not important either. What is important is that I, go through my page of notes. The basic premise of this story has a flash-forward feel, but you actually get the feeling that what happened was RTD was sitting down and watching flash-forward and going, I could do this better, differently. The sort of thing where people sit down at a production meeting and go, what have we got that's a bit like this successful program? Now, not that flash-forward was that successful, but you know what I mean. Yes, there's an event that happens to everyone, and yes, somebody has to investigate it. That's absolutely fine. Russell is very good at taking pre-existing sci-fi ideas, giving them his own unique twist, and then representing them, re-gifting them to us, if that makes sense. Here we have Torchwood. Now, after the events of House of the Dead, the rift is now gone. That comes as a surprise to lots of people. But as it contained the original cast members and lots of storylines, I'm sure we can live with that. Torchwood would now just be a group investigating strange phenomenon, a bit more like the X-Files. Or even those bunch of people who are in Primeval. Let's not discuss that. I've not seen it since it moved to Dave. Russell does like to grab his audience straight off, and to do that he uses the marvellous technique of presenting us with a character so loathsome that everyone would like to kill him. Even the pro-life campaigners don't bother turning up to say let's not have the death sentence here. Perhaps that says more about Russell's view of them than anything else. Yes, the death of a loathsome character who doesn't die, and then no one else does. A clever snake of a man, who we know will be appearing later on. Bill Pullman is going to put in a good performance. After all, that's his job. He is very good at it. Now, I only really know him from Independence Day. But that's not a huge problem. Yes, all we get is the character at the beginning in order to grab the audience's attention. Because a lot of the audience with Starz won't know Torchwood from, well, any other semi-English import. Now, I know the Starz money is what's paying for most of this storyline. Rusty now lives in America, as does his producer friend, and that's absolutely fine by me. Yes, I kicked off a bit at the beginning thinking that we should get it day and date, just like Doctor Who, and perhaps we should have. Perhaps we will towards the end, when some people realise that the amount of downloads being used is astronomical because people just can't wait a week. And why can't we wait a week? It's because, pure and simple, this is very, very good sci-fi. It feels a lot more like Series 2 of Torchwood than it does of Children of Earth. And that's fine. But the thing about Children of Earth was that it presented the human condition, warts and all, emphasising the warts and hiding the all. Doctor Who, its worldview is more positive, seeing the human race as a good, go-getting, wonderful thing. Russell uses Torchwood to show us a humanity that really isn't great. In the event of everyone living forever, suddenly people start going, I think I'll be an environmentalist. That's the Doctor Who view. In the Torchwood world, people start going, great, there's only a finite amount of fuel left and a finite amount of food. Let's hoard it. We can't possibly win, and there's no point having wars. Of course we're going to deal with the mechanics of immortality. Do these people get better slowly, or do they just stop getting worse? Is it more death becomes her than Highlander? Yes, most geeks, like me, spent large portions of their childhood thinking, how else could you kill someone out of Highlander? And that's the sort of thing that we'll be thinking here. That incredible scene where they start seeing if they can kill people just to prove that it's not a zombie story will stay with most viewers and has served its purpose as creating a hook to keep you watching. Yes, if you atomize someone, does that mean that someone's going to be dead? That's the sort of thing that we'll be thinking about. And when we're thinking about that, we're thinking about the series and we're looking forward to more episodes. Yes, it's very clever. Obviously it has something to do with Jack. He was immortal. He now isn't. Is this an attempt to kill off Jack? Surely they would have gone after him with even more teeth, shall we say. If that was the attempt. You remove his powers, kill him, and then put everything back. If that was the intent. But perhaps we're looking for questions here, where there are none. The question really is, how did it happen, why does it happen, and what happens when it runs out? Does it run out? We're assuming it does, because it does take place, according to Rusty, in the same Doctor Who universe. Jack, after all, may or may not want his powers back. He did joke in one of the radio plays about becoming mortal, so that he could finally try and seek redemption. Is this about the redemption of Jack? I don't know. But I'm sure we'll find out. Yes, we've got the return of some wonderful things that Rusty likes to do. We've got the newspaper, the news readers talking directly to camera, giving us info dumps. That's a classic tradition. It's something he likes to do, and I like it. They're not exactly the Greek chorus. They do just manage to provide us with far too much information very, very quickly. But that's life. That's where we get our information from. It's nice, the stuff in Wales. I know many people would see that as a cottage, but actually that would be a very large house in Wales. So, is this Torchwood for a post-reset universe? We just don't know. Most of us won't really care or even know what I'm talking about, and that's perfectly fine. Look, it's a great start to a really good series. I'm looking forward to it all. And as for the new characters, well, we'll see who gets to hang around. Anyone to do with Torchwood doesn't usually survive, but in this, everyone will. And it's odd, because in most dramas, you have the possibility of central characters being killed off. Even in Torchwood, people were dropping like 9 pins. This is Torchwood 1, 2 and 3. But none of that's going to happen in this story. Things will happen, incredibly nasty things, but when that ultimate threat's removed, narrative structure can go in a very odd way. And how this can be kept going for 10 weeks, I just don't know. And will the process finish at the end in the last story, or will it finish before that and you're left with the mopping up? Now, there is a parallel storyline running along with all this, available on the internet, Web of Lies, starring the cast as well as Eliza Dushku. Now, this doesn't quite mean that it's a video thing. It's been animated with Flash. The drawings aren't brilliant, and I did intend reviewing it in tomorrow's story, but I'm not sure I'll have the bandwidth, so I'll talk about it now. There is one line in this 5-minute story, this very nice Jane Epstein thing, where it's implied that Jack went missing in 2007, and there was some gas involved. So although it may be something to do with Jack, he may not remember it, and it may be some time ago. Who are the people in the black helicopters, apart from using the old Airwolf helicopter design? It's a Gazelle, isn't it? Oh, I don't know such things. I used to know such things, but let's face it, I'm old these days. Right, I'm going to go away now and talk at great length very soon about episode 2, Rendition. So until then, be seeing you.
Everyone, we're doing it wrong.
We have time.
We have nothing but time. Nobody's gonna die.
Something happened to all of us, not just me. Miracle Day arrived, and we all came out of it changed.
This woman's husband strangled her. She doesn't die, so he keeps strangling her, and you're telling me that's not murder?
We're not even allowed to say attempted murder anymore because murder's impossible.
Hospital beds are filling up because the people who should die don't.
Give it 6 months and drug-resistant organisms will be everywhere.
People aren't just living, it's like they're too alive. Whichever way you look at it, this situation can only get worse.
I'm arresting Torchwood now.
Every time you turn a bit on this goes wrong. Oh my god, Rex is coming back and he's bringing Torchwood with him.
Hey, wait, you get us arrested, okay? You break up my family. You need to get Jack killed. Why should we go anywhere with you?
Because I have a car. Who told you to set me up? Because everywhere I turn, the whole CIA has been poisoned against me.
I don't know who they are. They've been there for decades.
They were ready for the miracle. Fire Corps knew it was coming.
Looks like 5 Corps calling them overflow camps for all the patients in ICU.
There's one thing you have got to sort out, okay? And that's my dad.
But he's safe enough, Gwen.
This is bloody 5 Corps, Rhys, and they are up to something. The new cult out on the street, that march, they call themselves the Soulless.
It's like there's some sort of energy behind this, a will, a drive, a consciousness. Because this miracle, it's more than people just surviving. They are so alive.
These are the times that make men, Oswald. So it's your choice. Stay where you are, or stand up tall and stride across the skin of the world.
Did you see Oswald Danes?
Did you touch him? You're obsessed with this bastard.
He's blazing away. Patterns are starting to revolve around him, and all we have to do is keep watching.
The truth is, I know what I am. I know what you are too. Because I know for certain what has happened to the human race.
Whatever's happening to this planet, it is massive.
I'm joining the cause.
Whatever you're doing to fight this miracle, come in.
Gwen.
If you're the best England's got to offer, then God help you.
I'm Welsh.
You have been listening to the Tin Dog Podcast. Doctor Who and its associated shows are all trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Contact us at tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk.
In 1975, no one died. In 1976, no one died. In 1977, no one died. In 1978, no one died. In 1979, no one died. In 1980, someone died. In 1981, no one died. In 1982, there was the incident with a pigeon. In 1983, no one died. In 1984, no one died. In 1985, no one died. In 1986, I could go on.